Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church again with another midweek message for you. I sure love connecting with you this way because it makes me feel like we're connecting even if it's across the internet. I sure miss you and sure love you. I want you to know that you're Fellowship family and we are praying for you and would love to pray for you specifically. So if you have anything specific you'd like us to pray for, any particular needs, you just send them on to us. We'll lift them before the Lord and know that we can't wait to see you again. Just counting down the weeks until we can all be together again as a family. Let me share a thought with you for the day, kind of our midweek thought. It comes from the book of Deuteronomy. Now, if you're not familiar with the book of Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy is like it's like a pre-game speech. The Israelites had just spent the last 40 years. That's 2 generations wandering around out in the desert place, out in the wilderness. God now has brought them to the brink of the promised land. They're ready to go. And God says, I've got a few things I want to share with you before you step into this new life I'm giving you, pre-game speech. And part of that speech is God saying, I made sure that while you were in the desert, your clothes didn't wear out and your sandals didn't wear out either. That's Deuteronomy 29:5. You can look that up for yourself if you'd like. I think it's amazing that God not only provided them with food and with shelter and all the basics of life, God made sure that even while they were in the desert for 40 years, their clothes somehow miraculously never wore out. I don't know about you folks, but I don't think I have any clothes in my closet that are 40 years old. If they were, I wouldn't wear them, leisure suits and all that. But somehow God made sure that in the 40 years of the desert, their clothes never wore out, and neither did their sandals. That's the Bible's way of saying that God not only sees all of our needs, but God is fully capable of addressing all of our needs, even the kind of minor stuff like, well, let's make sure your sandals survive for 40 years. I've never had clothes last that long. I'll bet you haven't either. But that's God's way of taking care of his people. May you know that in these days, when it kind of feels like we're all living in the wasteland, life is unpredictable, life is uncertain. We look around, we're not even sure that we can provide for all of our needs. God says, I see your needs, and I can make sure that all of your needs are provided for. In those days, they couldn't just run out to Target or place an order on Amazon, but God knew exactly what they needed, and God provided for them. Friends, may the Lord see everything that you need in these days, physical or non-physical, and may the Lord provide for all of your needs. May your faith and trust grow in him day by day. Remember that we love you and we care about you. Know that we're praying for you. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.